I expect that whenever people sit down to ponder on ideas for a new video game, they always start with, well, so what is the theme here? What is the overall atmosphere of the game and how do we express it in gameplay? If the developers of the guild have done that, they must have left a room with a consensus on the game where you do everything for money and power, because that's exactly what the game is about. Roll the intro. Do you feel confident with your CV? Do you feel like you've got enough jobs and skills to attract some big fish to take you on? No? Well, you, my friend, need to play the Guild 2 Renaissance, which is a medieval economic simulation game with some strong RPG elements. Surely putting that down on that bad boy CV of yours will land you a regional manager position straight away. Forget universities and colleges. Apprenticeships are a thing of the past. You no longer need to have 20 years of work experience at the age of 14. The future is here, and the most substantial education and preparation you might have for a job comes straight from games such as the Guild 2. And if potential employers don't see it that way, you need to explain to them that there is no set story in the Guild 2 Renaissance, and that your only goal in the game is to become the wealthiest and the most powerful citizen on the map. Sounds familiar? Good, because that's exactly what the person interviewing you thinks of himself or herself. Tell them that you are not swayed by fancy graphics or flashy sound design, because the Guild 2 has neither of those. In fact, the game is just as ugly as your basement flat in the dodges of shooting areas, and sound is just as bad as your next door neighbor's bed creaking. Over the music is actually pretty good. The only goal in your life is to generate as much profit as possible, as well as climbing that political ladder. In the game, through some fucking miracle, you start as a late teenager with your own house and enough money to start your own business. I'm guessing you've had a generous, rich, distant relative, huh? Strong emphasis on hard. You pick a class and start stacking most of your points into Constitution, Handicraft and Rhetoric. So basically all three values you probably don't have in real life. All of us stats get the spotlight later in the game, but I guess you'd put your points into Dexterity or the like if you want to play as a rogue. Each of these classes allow you to own different establishments. For example, as a patron you can own a tavern, as a scholar you may own a church, as a craftsman you can own a carpenter's shop, and as a rogue you can run a robber's den. Each of these works in different ways, so for example places like a tavern will import some goods to craft beers and food and then sell them straight to the customers within the building, where a carpenter's shop will import goods but will generally sell all the products straight to the market. As an owner of these places, you'll have to make sure that the productivity runs correctly, hire workers, make sure that they all do what they're meant to do, and make sure that your trading routes import enough resources for production without bankrupting you while exporting all of your product. Eventually, as you earn more money, you may open more businesses to expand your family's status, and each class has around 3 to 4 different businesses types to run, which can be upgraded. Upgrades will allow you to hire more people, boost productivity, security, or appeal, as well as unlock new services and products to make and sell. Because you have that freedom in the Guild 2, you can also pursue political seats or chase some other citizen of opposite sex until they marry you while your workers generate money. Marrying adds your partner as a new playable character with whom you can then fornicate and create playable character number 3. You can marry someone from a different business class to unlock the business trees, as well as send your child to certain schools that will change the child's class. Then obviously you can make the children marry other people and start their own family until you have a dynasty, but at the end of the day you can only control 3 people max. When it comes to politics, you will have to make sure that you and your spouse flirt with as many people in the politics as possible by having dates in a local inn, having baths together, dancing or traveling across the map to tell them that you like the fashion sense. If one of you manages to have an affair, that's even better because you know it's all about who you know. And so you might also want to make sure that your kid marries the right person to make sure that you're befriended by a family running the town to boost your chances in the office. No female offspring from my loins is going to sit idly at home and not whore herself to the rest of the town. Same goes for you, sonny boy. You go and please that 70-year-old lady at the top of the food chain for daddy. And you, my wife, will you just go and the sheriff, please? You can also start your own mafia by hiring enough rogues to stalk, attack, and blackmail all other families, if you so desire, because this game has better role-playing possibilities than most role-playing games these days. And finally, if you want to roleplay as an immigrant from, say, Poland? It's okay, I'm Polish, so I can make this joke. Then this game allows for that too, as your characters are the only people in this game who don't require sleep or food. Thus you can work your family to death by sending them to work both day and night shifts that start when the other one finishes. This will result in them having no aspirations and dreams to follow because they never have time to dream. And why would they? All actions stack up XP which you can spend on character development, which leads to leveling up that allows you to pick perks. This unlocks deeper character customization, as that's where you can decide whether you want to be more effective as a tyrant or a politician, for example. And so if managing trading routes, business budgets, working endless night shifts, as well as taking part in politics and juggling social classes in the Guild 2 Renaissance isn't good enough for you to land a job in real life, then let's be perfectly honest here. The guys you applied to clearly don't know what they actually want, and they probably will never find anyone for the role because their expectations are too fucking unreal. So keep your chin up, champ, and go to the next one. and play the Guild 2 in the meantime to practice those sweet and playable skills of yours. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. There will be a new video coming out every single Friday from now until whenever. So hopefully I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.